Hello friends, my name is Akil and welcome to my YouTube channel. In the previous video, we learned what is event binding and how to use it. In this video, we will learn what is two-way data binding and how to use it. So basically, two-way data binding is the flow of data from the component file to the template file or from the template file to the component file. Let's say we have an input element and we want to change the value of the input whenever the user changes any value, then we can use two-way data binding. And for that, we will have to specify a property inside our TypeScript file, like anything search value or search of type string is equal to anything like two-way data binding, and we'll copy it, and inside here we will have to use a directive called ngModel. Now the ngModel directive is a combination of property binding and event binding. It triggers the value whenever the value changes inside our input element. And the way we use the ngModel directive is to put the ngModel inside the square brackets, and inside that we use the event binding. And here we will specify the property that we have just configured, and to use it we will have to import the forms module from Angular Forms in order to use the ngModel directive. So I have already imported that. So now we will go to the terminal and we will serve it so we can see it inside the browser. So let's input type is equal to text. Let's make it a little bigger. And we will also have to use the property here to see whether it is working or not. So as you can see, the property is here inside the browser. So whenever we change the value from our input element, our value will be triggered here. Like we say, two-way data binding is a way to use the data flow. So as you can see, every change is triggered here inside the UI of our component. Now let's take another example. Here we can specify like change value. Now inside here we will say this dot search is equal to any value the user enters, type string any value. Now we will use it inside our component. And to demonstrate the difference between event binding and the two-way data binding, we will use the method here, and inside here we will use any property like the property that we have just configured, or the input value. We will specify here the template reference variable, and inside here we will use like input dot value. And to demonstrate that, we will have to use the console.log and value. So let's say what happens. So as you can see, this is coming from the event binding, and let's use it inside here. And let's remove this from here, and inside this we will use the search. As you can see, the data that we have just configured is not coming from the component file. That's because we are not using two-way data binding. Our data is just flowing from the template file to the component file. But in case of two-way data binding, we are saying to our component that we want to make changes to our component file to the HTML file, or the HTML file to the component file. So this is how we use two-way data binding. And let's uncomment this. So this was about two-way data binding, how to use it. And more important thing about this is that we will have to import the forms module. So thanks for watching the video, and stay tuned for more video lectures like this one.